Hi everyone, Miss Tui here. In the last two Patterns and Waves lessons, you reviewed that patterns are made up of elements repeating in a predictable way. You also learned about waves and their attributes. Today, you'll dive deeper into light waves and see what they can do. For today's lesson, you will need an Ozobot, fully charged and calibrated, color code markers, an orange, purple, and yellow marker, a pencil, 3 pages of your Patterns and Waves Part 3 activity sheets, and a color code chart. In today's lesson, you will develop a model that demonstrates how people and robots see color. You will also show how patterns of color can transmit information. Visible light is a form of energy that travels in waves and is in a group called electromagnetic radiation. Most of the waves in this group cannot be seen by your eyes. You may have heard of some types of waves that are electromagnetic waves, such as radio waves, which have the longest wavelength. Other types of electromagnetic waves include microwaves, infrared, ultraviolet, X-rays, gamma rays, which have the shortest wavelength. Today, you'll learn more about visible light, or the electromagnetic waves that you can see. Visible light is a very small section of the spectrum of electromagnetic waves. Your eyes see these light waves when the waves bounce off an object and enter your eyes. You see color when the waves of a certain color bounce off an object and all the other color waves are absorbed by the object. For example, an orange basketball absorbs all of the colors except orange, which bounces off the ball and enters your eye. Get out your markers and look at the top of page 1 of your activity sheets. This model contains a light source, which is the sun, an eye, and a line for you to draw an object. I will draw a ball on the line and color it green. You will draw a simple object of your choice, like a ball, a t-shirt, a square, or an apple, and color it in with one color of your choice. Can you label the sun, label the eye, and draw a simple object and color it a single color? You may be familiar with the color spectrum abbreviated by ROYGBIV. R stands for red, O for orange, Y for yellow, G is for green, B is blue, I stands for indigo, which is the color between blue and purple, and V is for violet, which is a shade of purple. These are the colors of the rainbow. In a rainbow, these colors are always in the same order, with red on top and violet on the bottom. Can you draw a simple rainbow from the sun to the object you drew? If you don't have an indigo marker, you can use blue and purple together to make the color. The rainbow you drew represents all the visible light waves coming from the sun and landing on your object. Most of the colors will be absorbed by the object. I colored my ball green, so only the green light waves will be reflected into my eyes. So I will draw a wavy green line from my ball to the eye on my model. Can you use the color of your object and draw a wavy line from your object to the eye on your model? In the same way your eyes see color, Ozobot can also see colors. On the bottom of page 1 of your activity sheet, there is another model. This one has a light source, an evo and a bit, and a space for an object. I'll label the light source light bulb. On the right side, there are pictures of the bottom of an Ozobot evo and an Ozobot bit. Take a look at the bottom of your Ozobot. Whether you have an EVO or a bit, there is a color sensor that has a similar function to an eye. I'll label that color sensor. Then there is a space at the bottom of the page to draw an object. This time, I'll draw a square and color it in blue. Can you label the model's parts at the bottom of the page and color in a simple object? Now I'll add some light waves from the light bulb to my object by drawing all the colors of the rainbow. Since my object is blue, I'll draw a wavy blue line from my object to the Ozobot's color sensor. Can you complete the model by filling in the rainbow from the light source to your object? Then draw a wavy line in the color of your object from the object to the color sensor on the Ozobots. Part of the fun with Ozobots is being able to tell them what to do using your programming skills. When you are programming using color codes, how do you know what your Ozobot is seeing? Look at page 2 of your activity sheets. Earlier, you learned about the color spectrum of visible light and the colors abbreviated by Roy G. Biv. First, with your pencil, you will fill in the names of the colors below each arch. Next to R, below the first arch, I will write red. Then I will fill the top arch with my red marker. Can you use a pencil to fill in the rest of the color names on page 2 of the activity sheet and use a marker to fill in each arch with the color? When you get to indigo, fill in lightly with blue and then lightly with purple if you don't have an indigo or dark purple marker. Your Ozobot's color sensor sees the color, transfers that information to a processor, which transfers a signal to the LED to show a color. You will now observe a moving model of how information is transferred from the paper to the LED light on top of your Ozobot. I will place my Ozobot on start and observe the color of the LED light. As the bot travels on the red arch, the LED on the bot is red. I'll write red on the blank labeled LED color. Be aware that Ozobots sometimes have difficulty following yellow lines because the contrast between the yellow line and the white paper is small. If your Ozobot has difficulty with the yellow line, simply observe if there is any change in the LED color, then move your bot to the end of the yellow section and continue observing as your bot finishes the track. Can you run your bot to observe the LED light on the top of your Ozobot and fill in the LED color blank under each arch? As Ozobot passed over the orange arch, you may have noticed that the LED light was red. Also, when Ozobot passed over the blue, indigo, and violet arches, the LED was blue. That is because of the programming of the bot. When the bot sees those colors, it transfers pre-programmed information to the LED light. Your color code chart will help with the last section of the lesson. Color codes are patterns of colors that Ozobot understands. When the Ozobot sees a color combination it recognizes, the bot performs an action. You will observe that the LED light on top of the bot changes color as it goes over a color code. On page 3 of the activity sheets, there is a line with spaces for color codes. I'll put the slow speed code in the first set of boxes. The code is red, black, red. In the middle of the line, I'll fill in the color code for spin, which is green, red, green, red. At the end of the line, I'll put in the win exit code, green, blue. Then I'll watch the LED lights as my bot passes over each code, and I'll observe the action of the bot. Can you fill in the slow, spin, and win exit codes? Then observe the LED patterns on the top of your Ozobot and the action of the bot after seeing each code. You've learned a lot about light waves in this lesson, and now is your chance to be creative. On the bottom of page 3 is a free draw space. Use your color code markers to explore the color codes and the capabilities of Ozobot. Observe the LEDs and the behavior of the bot as it sees each code. Use 5 to 6 color codes, being sure that there is at least 3 centimeters of black line before and after each code, so the bot recognizes the color pattern as a color code. Otherwise, use the color of your choice for the line the bot will follow. Can you use 5 to 6 color codes in a design of your choice, observing the LEDs and the behavior of your bot? Be sure you have completed all parts of the lesson by checking the following. Have you completed both the top and bottom sections of the model on page 1? Did you complete the arches and observe the LED colors on page 2? Do you have 5 to 6 color codes that execute properly on the free draw section of page 3? If you're looking for more to do, you can write a story from the point of view of a light wave, build a wave machine out of tape and straws, or share what you learned today with a friend or family member. Come back again soon for our next lesson.